Before you get started investing in the Airbnb business, wouldn't it be great to know exactly how much it costs to operate one? Knowing these numbers is going to empower you to make a smart financial decision when you decide to buy. This is going to be a video that you're going to want to save and come back to time and time again because I'm going to give you some valuable expense management tips along the way. And make sure that you stick around to the end because I'm going to show you exactly how I manage my property with 1 hour a week and the importance of doing so. So let's jump right into what the numbers actually look like. My whole goal for this is transparency. I want to give you real, accurate numbers. So what I decided to do is I created a PDF of our expense report so I can show you line by line exactly what the expenses look like for us to run a short-term rental. They're going to be a little bit different from you because we have some things or don't have some things that you might, depending on where you buy. But this is exactly what our expenses are. It's also year to date for 2024. So from the very beginning of this year up until now in April. So the first expense that you can see here at the top is BJ's wholesale. If you don't know what BJ's is, it's similar to Costco. It's one of those bulk stores, and that's where we get a lot of our supplies from. Napkins, paper towels, laundry detergent. We used to get it from Amazon and we used to get auto delivery, but we kind of stopped that because we found that we were able to save a little bit more money shopping at BJ's. But that means that once we get it from there, I have to go deliver it. So I try and go up there about once or twice a month to drop off supplies. The next line item, which is into it, is actually the system that we use, which is QuickBooks Online. That's how I keep track of our expenses and our revenue and our profit. The next line that you see is cleaning service. So that's the payment that we pay our cleaners for the turnover on the property. Also, they do some other things for us like hot tub maintenance. So that number is included in there as well. And the good thing is that once you see that, I'll explain this later at the end. Once you see that $1,500 fee, we charge the vast majority of that back to the guest. So that's not actually how much we're paying, and again, I'm going to explain that at the end. Blue Ridge Cable, which is utilities, that's our internet service. So our internet service is $132.56 every single month. That's one of those fixed costs that we have, and we know that's what we're going to pay every month. Mortgages, pretty obvious. That's what our mortgage is on this property, $2,251.86. Your mortgage is going to be different. If you pay cash for a property, you're not going to have a mortgage. The whole process of buying an Airbnb can be very challenging, especially if you don't have the help of someone who knows what they're doing. So if you are looking to buy in the Poconos and you want to work with someone who understands the market, understands the business, then just reach out. Click that link below. Let's schedule a time to chat. Within our mortgage is the PITI amount. So PITI. You have principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. That's all included in there. The next line item is PPL Electric. That's our utilities. Our electric bill the past couple months has been crazy, $657. Now, mind you, our property is 1,800 square feet and it's pretty much all electric. We do have propane, which there is a bill in there I'll show you as well. But this is really important for you to understand. If you have a property that's all electric, do yourself a favor, and we haven't done this yet, but get Wi-Fi controllable thermostats. So when people leave, you can turn it down. So we're in the Pocono Mountains. That means that it gets really cold in the winter and people use the heat a lot. So if you don't have Wi-Fi controlled thermostats, and you're going to be running into the same issue that we did because we depend on our cleaners to come the day that the guests check out, and they miss it sometimes. They haven't turned it down. And if you don't have a guest for like a week and a half, 10 days, right, or 2 weeks, that means that your electric is running up while no one's there. And that happened to us, unfortunately. Also, another note about electric, we shop suppliers. I didn't do this enough, but I did it recently and I ended up saving us a lot of money. That's a pro tip. Make sure you shop your electric. Wherever you're at, shop your electric to get the best deal. Next line item in there is software and apps, $65. We use OwnerRez to operate our property. You can use whatever kind of property management system, but ours is $65. The next two, legal and accounting. Again, QuickBooks Online. I actually know that one of those charges is not for this specific property because I use QuickBooks for 3 businesses. So just going through this is helping me to realize, oh, that has to go on a different card because we're essentially paying for QuickBooks for another business that we have within our short-term rental business, which is not what you want to do. Then you have more BJ's wholesale items. Again, paper towels, laundry detergent, napkins, things like that. That's what we buy at BJ's Wholesale. And then you're just going to see a lot of this is repeating again. Electric, utilities are $603 again, really high. I'm glad that I did this video because it made me figure out that I need to go in and manage these expenses because this is not right. I need to figure out a better supplier. And then all this kind of repeats, right? But you can see here, in February 15, 2024, there's 2 fees right here, HOA dues and township license renewal. Every single year to operate our short-term rental, we have to pay this HOA due of $600. That's specifically for short-term rentals. That is to our HOA. And then we have an additional $250 township licensing fee to renew the property to make sure everything is in accordance with the township and with the HOA. It says $253 because that's a $3.53 service charge for using an ATM, right? Like everything adds up and people don't really think about that, but this all adds up. Right below that, we have the propane fill up. We have 200-gallon propane tanks. We have a fireplace on the main floor that operates off propane. We have a heater on the first floor that operates off propane, and then we have 2 mini split systems that operate off propane as well. So that means that we're filling up the propane tank 2 or 3 times a year. And you can see this is a half fill. So they only filled 1 tank fully, and it was $319. So you can see what it would be like to fill up 2. It's going to be about $650. And then if you have to fill up 2 times per year, you're looking at about a $1,300 propane bill. And then again, Intuit, QuickBooks, $31. Home Depot, this is repair stuff right here. So there was a small fix that I had to make, went to Home Depot, purchased the products, went up to the property and fixed it. Here we go again, just repeating. We have cable, BJ's for supplies, electric, and then you can see this one right here, contract labor. So this is what we've paid so far this year for contracting and labor. We installed a hot tub towards the end of 2023. The hot tub and all the fees were about $8,500. And then it was about we paid $1,100 to run the electric and to create a platform. So all in all, total to purchase this hot tub was about $11,000 to build the platform, to run the electric, and then for the hot tub itself. Another pro tip for you to figure out is where can you find a good contractor that can do the job right and do it for less. So we're fortunate because in the Pocono Mountains, there's a lot of solo contractors that they don't, advertise their business everywhere. They just like this guy that we found to lay the concrete pad. That's all he does is work in the neighborhood. He just works for neighbors, right? And he's built a great business for that. And the reason why he's able to charge us a decent price, actually a really good price in my opinion, is because his overhead's so low. He doesn't have this big warehouse where he needs to store all this stuff. So do yourself a favor, interview multiple contractors and make sure that they're licensed and insured. And then here's pretty much all the rest, just supplies. We have cleaning service in there again. Within our cleaning service, this is another thing to note. Our cleaner does more than just clean the property. They clean the property. They clean our hot tub turnover, which is $30 every turn. They also do lawn maintenance and plowing. So that's something that you have to consider wherever you are in the country, wherever your short-term rental is. Do you need lawn care? Do you need snow plowing? So that's why sometimes our cleaning fee is a little bit higher, is because that's added in there. And those are not fees that we charge back to the guests. We only charge them the cleaning and the hot tub fee. So anything additional like lawn care and snow removal, that's on us as owners. Our total expenses were $20,256. We had 13 bookings so far in 2024. So that means that it's about $3,120 in cleaning fees. So our grand total in expenses so far this year, $17,136. Our total revenue year to date so far, not including future bookings, was $18,500. So you can see that we only have a $1,500 profit so far this year. Now, that makes me go into the mindset of, okay, what do I have to do to get more bookings? What do I have to do to increase our exposure? What do I have to do to increase our average daily rate? So I'm always thinking in terms of what more can I do to advance our property so that we can make more money? We make the most amount of money for this property in the summer. The summer is the best season in the Poconos because you're going to be getting people that are staying there for weeks. So we book out a lot of weeks in the summer. So I know that the winter is the second busiest time. So December, January, February, parts of March. And then I know going in to April and May, the beginning of June, that's usually a bit slower, but we make a bulk of our money in the summer. So we can usually average somewhere between $6,000 to $8,000 a month, closer to $8,000, which is ideally what we're looking for. And that's where we're making a bulk of our money. And then if we can stay occupied almost all of the weekends throughout the year, getting close to that 35, 40, 45% occupancy rate throughout the year, then I know we're going to do well because I know that our expenses are going to vary. We do have fixed expenses like every property will, but our expenses will vary. I hope you found some value from that video. I love being able to give back this kind of information, again, because not everyone out there is willing to be as forthcoming or as transparent. So if you have questions about investing in the Airbnb business anywhere in the country and you want to chat, just reach out. All you got to do is click that link below. Especially if you're looking to buy in the Poconos, we can help you. We have a team set up, ready to go for you to start your business. Make sure you continue to check back in because I'm going to be delivering valuable information about investing in the Airbnb business as a beginner, as well as what it's like investing in the Pocono Mountains. Talk to you soon.